Hi, my name is Sam Bradley, and I'm a candidate for Doña County Commission District 4, which is basically everything here in the East Mesa. I'm staying at home, trying to shelter from the wind to shoot the opening to this video. During the past week or so, I've been posting data about COVID-19 cases in New Mexico. My training is both in statistical and mathematical modeling and in health communication, how to communicate health information. So this is something I know a little something about, and I thought this is the one place, stuck at home, laid off from work, like so many of you, I thought this is the one place that I can make a contribution. So today I want to talk about what is going to happen for the rest of April and how important doubling rates are.
Okay, let's first take a look at today's data, which just came in about 15 minutes ago. New Mexico has 71 new COVID-19 cases today for a total of 865. Doña County has 4 new cases for a total of 39. If you look at the data on a logarithmic plot, which helps spread out states, you can see that Kansas, New Mexico, and Nebraska are at the bottom. That's to the right, that's the good place. They're the 3 states with the most similar, fairly low population density. On these charts, I've included 4 different doubling rates. Cases doubling every 2 days, which you can see the magenta. Louisiana followed for quite a while and has just come under. The cases doubling every 3 days, which Texas was worse than and has just come under, so has Colorado. You have doubling every 4 days, which right now Utah, Oklahoma, and Kansas kind of appear to be doing. And New Mexico just skirting under that every 4 days. That's really important. Now, if you look at the linear data, these are the same thing. The exact same data, just on a linear scale, which means that Louisiana dominates the figure and every other state is kind of scrunched down at the bottom, but you can still see New Mexico cases doubling every 4 days. Okay, so now what happens if you take those other states off and just look at New Mexico on its own scale? Well, here you can see New Mexico is curving upward. It isn't just flat along the bottom. That's what happens when you see other states. So New Mexico COVID-19 cases are raising. The governor has done a lot, and she did a lot early, her entire team. You have done a lot by staying at home. But it's important to understand that COVID-19 is especially nasty because it's easy to spread. It can take a long time for symptoms to show up, and it doesn't kill that many people, so it sticks around. That's where this exponential growth comes from. One person infects more than another person. So let's look at the worst case scenario between now and April 30th if somehow New Mexico started doubling every 2 days. Now, this is virtually impossible. This would be just living life normally, no restrictions whatsoever. So if you put it on a scale for doubling every 2 days, you see New Mexico looks flat again. Now, what is the projected growth if it doubled every 2 days? It looks like that. That's really bad. Everybody needs to prevent that. That would mean, based on yesterday's data, because today's data just came in, that as of April 30th, New Mexico would have 2,299,200 cases of COVID-19. I haven't seen the census projections yet. That may be more people than are in the state. Absolutely worst case scenario. Okay, so let's black out the 2-day prediction line, because that's bad, and move over for a 3-day prediction line. Well, now you can see the 2-day prediction line just goes off the screen, and the 3-day prediction line, obviously not quite as bad. From 2.2 million, or almost 2.3 million, a doubling every 3 days would give us 161,270 cases by the end of the month just in New Mexico. I bet you can imagine that that's bad. All right, let's not double every 3 days. With everything we've put in place, that's highly unlikely. Put it on a scale for every 4 days. Now, if you remember from the first 2 graphs, New Mexico is just sliding under every 4 days, so it's not quite this fast. If we were to double every 4 days between now and April 30th, it would look like that. And that would mean a total of 42,725 cases just in the state of New Mexico just by April 30th. That's why it's important to slow the spread under every 4 days. And now move to a scale for doubling every 5 days. What does that look like? Well, there's the every 5-day growth. And that would mean, as of April 30th, we would have 19,256 cases. That's not good, but it's worlds better than 2 million or hundreds of thousands. Getting at or under this has to be our goal by April 30th, and we can only do that if everyone sticks to the new public health order. Okay, let's black out that line and look at doubling once a week. That's if we can still slow it down significantly from where we're at right now. So what does doubling once a week look like? It looks like that. And this is a much happier story. As of April 30th, we would only have 7,745 cases. That's still almost 7,000 more cases than we have today at 865. But it's a much more manageable situation. And I think you'll understand why the governor made a revised public health ordinance, because we were still spreading too fast. Even locking everyone inside, which would cause everybody to run out of food and all of these other problems, isn't going to stop some kind of growth curve between now and April 30th. The question is, can we get it down under 5 days? Can we get it down under 7 days? If we can do that, we'll save a lot of lives in New Mexico. Today's growth rate was 8.94%. That's under the every 7 days. So Friday, Sunday, and Tuesday were kind of big growth days. Saturday, Monday, and today were small growth days. We need more of those small growth days. If you have any questions, there's lots of ways to get a hold of me on here. I hope this makes it a little bit clearer. Staying at home and social distancing is the only way to slow that growth, keep ICUs from being overwhelmed, and keep hospital beds free, and save thousands, tens of thousands, or hundreds of thousands of New Mexicans from having to go through this by the end of this very month. Thanks for listening.